I saw Morbius, so you don't have to. And honestly, you probably shouldn't. But let's talk about it anyway. What is up? I am the G.I. Joel, and I love comic books so much, I left a full-time job to open my own comic shop and make content for all of you full-time. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, or follow to join the G.I. Joel Nation. But in this episode of G.I. Joel at the Movies, we're going to be talking about Morbius. Let's talk first about the plot. To say it was an absolute mess would be an understatement. The pacing made little to no sense. Some scenes felt really long and drawn out, while others just kind of zipped right by. There were a lot of exposition dumps, which is something that I personally hate seeing in movies. There was zero motivation for Morbius or for the main villain Milo, and a romance between Morbius and his partner, Dr. Martine, that kind of felt like it came out of nowhere, but also felt really cliched. But that's not to say that the plot didn't flow good. It didn't, it made sense. Everything kind of happened progressively, but it was very predictable and really nothing exciting. The action scenes were also pretty underwhelming. They relied really heavily on shaky cam and frankly mediocre CGI. And using CGI when it really wasn't necessary. There's a scene in particular where, he's become the vampire and it's been a while since he's fed and his symptoms from his, mysterious genetic disease start coming back, and just having him walk and kind of lock and move in place and stuff. They used CGI when I was like, Jared Leto's a good enough actor. I would think he could do it, but the CGI looked really bad in that scene in particular, and it really stood out. And the final climactic fight between, Morbius and Milo was really rushed and honestly super underwhelming. Now, the performances from the cast were, fairly lackluster, really flat, or simply just non-existent. Jared Leto was unemotional. He had absolutely no chemistry for the rest of the cast, and he lacked really any kind of charisma. It felt like Matt Smith was really the only cast member to put in any effort, but even his performance was hindered by really poor writing decisions, a complete lack of motivation, zero character development, and frankly just cheesy dialogue. The two post-credit scenes featuring Michael Keaton's Vulture from the MCU made little to no sense, and they felt really forced in at the end. Overall, was this movie terrible? No, but it was just painfully mediocre. If the movie had been flat out terrible, I probably would have enjoyed it more, but really it was just very mediocre, bland, and really uninspired. Have you seen Morbius? Have you planning to see it? What are your thoughts? I would love for a chance to connect with you in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and I'll see you at the next video.